And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Week 6 here on In the Huddle. My name is Kevin Cooney from the Bucks County Courier Times, along with Drew Markol from the Intelligencer. And we are at Council Rock North High School here on the veranda as we get ready for Week 6. Big game here this weekend is actually Council Rock South and Abington. We'll get to that in a few minutes. Okay. And we'll start with, since this is the midway point of the season, 5 weeks down, 5 to go. And Drew, when you look at it, I think that this season has been up and down, a lot of surprises, but generally, the form is held, and North Penn seems like the best team around.
It has. I mean, the Wash has been going through for a couple of weeks now, but North Penn is still, they're still unbeaten, like most folks thought they would be. But after them, it's been a surprise loss here, surprise win there for a couple of teams. They're in the, in the central to upper Bucks, part of the county. They have been the one constant.
Is there anybody in that area right now that can knock them off before we get to the playoffs?
Kev, that's a good question. I've been thinking about that. The Quakertown had the undefeated start. I saw Penridge and Souderton go at it last week. I don't think over 4 quarters, that there was anybody, in their new conference, that's going to do it. And if they did do it, it would take a heck of an effort, and I just don't see it.
I think South has been a really good, feel-good story. I think you're looking at, there's been a couple. Commonwealth Egan to me is one of the better stories going right now. I mean, you look at Ryan Golan, their wide receiver, has proven to be one of the best wide receivers in the area. When you look at, they have good quarterback play. They're getting a lot of timely things going right for them. They're about to enter the toughest stretch of their season. They're going to get Lansdale Catholic this week. They'll get Archbishop Wood next week, and then they'll get North Catholic. When you look at the lower end of the conference, you're looking at Neshaminy and Pennsbury. Those two have been held the form as the two best teams, although probably not as wide a margin as we thought. When you look at what's happening within the National Conference, Abington and CR South have kind of established themselves as possible playoff teams. Archbishop Wood is going to look like it's going to be in a dogfight in AAA in the Philadelphia Catholic League. North Catholic has looked really good so far. And Bristol has been kind of a disappointment. Bristol with 2 straight losses this week, depending on prep, after losing to Jenkintown last week. I think we all thought they were probably the best team in single A. Now there's some question, obviously, as to how good they really are. So a lot of ups and downs when you look at so far this season. But truth be told, the form is held to what we kind of thought.
Kev, you look at Pennsbury and Neshaminy. Pennsbury, everybody's saying, oh, they're winning, close games. Well, they're winning them, and that's all that matters. Neshaminy loses, to Souderton early in the season. Now they've reeled off, 4 in a row. They both get their sea legs, and the bottom line is they're still winning. Right.
Has there been a really good feel-good story so far, you think, up in your area?
Well, you got to point to Quakertown after winning 1 game last year, and quite frankly, not being very competitive in all the losses, and they turn around and they're undefeated going into last week against Hatboro, and they lose by a point. So, all signs point to them right off the bat. Okay, let's go back quickly and take a look at this Council Rock South Abington game. Both teams are in pretty good shape as far as playoff consideration is going, but you want to win this game because it keeps you off of the bubble.
Yeah, if you look at it, the difference in winning this game and losing this game is, if you lose this game, or if you win this game, you have a little bit of a wiggle room. I mean, you could probably finish in the 8th or 9th spot with 2 losses, assuming you lose to either Pennsbury or Neshaminy, depending on who you have left on your schedule. If you lose this game, well, now you kind of have no margin for error, and even if you get in at 3 losses, you're probably going to be
playing one of the top seeds in the first round, and on the road.
And if you look at it, I think, we've talked about statement games, and for Council Rock South, this is another chance for a statement game.
Right.
When you look at that, they played pretty well against Pennsbury, but they still lost.
Right.
Here you're playing another team that's traditionally been a playoff type team, or has been a playoff type team the last couple of years. If you win this game, you kind of set the bar that you're a playoff type team.
Sure, and you look at it from Abington's side. they played a tough game against Neshaminy. They lose 7-0.
Late.
Late in the game, late score. So, this will be a good one. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of teams that have gone from kind of like from nowhere obscurity to solid, will be Upper Moreland.
Right.
They're 4-1. They're playing Upper Mary, and that game is on Saturday. and it's at Upper Merion.
You love Upper Merion.
Well, let me tell you, if you do plan on going, you want to leave early because you've got the mall traffic in King of Prussia, you've got a high school in Upper Merion that's tucked into a neighborhood, and if you can find a parking place,
good luck.
Don't move.
Right.
So, but that's always a good one. Like I said, both teams are 4-1. They're going to get a leg up as far as the American Conference is concerned, and these games are usually, I've been in games there 55-54, 35-33. They're usually wild. And I expect, more of the same this Saturday. And we have an old friend over at Upper Merion and Joe Powell, the former Wood coach, right, who has done a real remarkable job in turning the program around there. What has been with Upper Moreland their strength in getting back to this level, and especially what they could do in the AAA playoffs? Well, it's with Matt Beach. They have a coach who knows what he's doing. I mean, it's as plain as that. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to build a program. He knows how to get the kids in the weight room. And you do that, success breeds success. Kids want to play, when they get to high school. And Matt Beach probably didn't learn how to drop a football on camera like I just almost did. Yes, as we expand our budget with a new football this week, direct from my closet. Direct from SI, because I'm too cheap to buy one. We're going to end in the huddle here. You know how Springer has his final thought? It's Markol's final thought, and this week it's on Palisades. Yeah, we were remiss to not include the Pirates in this weekly in the huddle because they're up in the tip of Bucks County. They're in District 11, the only, District 1 school, and a school that's based in District 1 that actually plays in District 11. They're off to another good start. Brian Gilbert, again, has a winning team. Now, they shared the Colonial title last year. They've got a huge game next week with Wilson, but they're playing well again in a league that has gotten very competitive. And their only loss was to Bangor. Bangor's now 5-0, so that tells you a little bit how good they are. But Palisades is also a team to keep an eye on, Kev. We've talked about District 12 teams, District 11 teams, and District 1 teams here in the huddle this week. So, we're world travelers here. We'd love to know what you think, and it's easy to do. Just go to www.bucksmontsportsnow.com and to write us, send us a question, a comment, any kind of feedback on what's good, what's bad, what you'd like to see. Again, please let us know because this is new to us and it's new to you. We'd love to hear from you. Again, www.bucksmontsportsnow.com is the way to do it. Plus, to stay in tune with your community and for all your information needs, there's 2 websites that cover Bucksmont like no other. It's www.couriertimesnow.com and www.intelligencernow.com. Updated 24 hours a day. It's a continuous news site that covers everything, news and sports and all the goings on in your community. That's Courier Times Now and Intelligencer Now, your one-stop stop for local news.